Perfect. So at the end of the game on Monday, you said you saw more fight and more intensity. Is that being carried through the week?
Tricky one, really. It's a tricky one to answer. It hasn't been. They've had nothing to fight for in a week, if you know what I mean. So, I think probably what I was talking about was we had that snap back in us a little bit at Barnsley that I didn't think we had. Probably more so in the Peterborough game, I actually think, than Charlton. I just think Charlton was one of them freak results where everything we did we got punished for on the day. So yeah, I think it was probably more missing a little bit in that Peterborough game. But I always think it's an awkward one anyway when you've been on the wrong side of a defeat, that you then come back home. In terms of, I think then you so want to put the record straight. And Peterborough are on form at the moment. That's where they are. You know, they're on form. You know, don't forget we just played, you know, two teams there, Peterborough and then Barnsley just come out of the Championship. That's what happens. You know. So I always think those sides that come out of the Championship will be there or thereabouts anyway. So, you know, they were tough games for us. But I thought that against Barnsley, we had an absolute nailed-on penalty, to which, you know, normal things happened, didn't it, for us? Normal is we don't get that. We don't get that. And especially if we're away from home, we won't get it. But then we had one against us on Friday that was like, never a penalty. Never a penalty. No one even appealed for it. So those things hurt us at the moment. That, the injuries hurt. But we keep going because it's been a really good season. And, you know, normally, if you have a look down at the bottom now, all the teams in around 18th, 19th, 20th, they give their right arm to be where we are, like we would have done last year, to be where somebody else was who's in 10th or 11th, you know. So all in all, when you look at it, our budget, the players, the injuries, we've had a great season, but we still want to make it even better if we possibly can.
And it's that fight and that effort that we've become accustomed to seeing all season. Like you say, it's been a great season. Was that what was disappointing in those results, was not seeing that as much as a result?
Sometimes it can happen, you know. I mean, you know, even a good boxer will get beat, you know, so it can happen. And when we're asking the players to do the shifts we're doing, what we really need to do was we needed to replace a couple in January, but the club couldn't afford to do that. So there is no other way around it other than you have to push the lads as far as you can push them. And sometimes, you know, you can get it back, but sometimes that can break. And we've probably had the weakest squad available to us in the strongest run of games that we've had and got ahead of us. That's just a fact of what's happened.
And you spoke post-match, I know, about the red card. You said you hadn't seen it. Have you had a chance now to look back at it?
Well, ain't any red card, is it, in terms of it's 2 yellows, so you can't appeal them anyway. You know, I see why Ryan Bowman got in there. And, you know, there isn't really anything in it when he sort of, you know, he throws him to the ground. But, like, you know, if Ryan Bowman used the same force, he couldn't throw me to the ground. So, bit of game playing going on there, but nothing we can do about that now.
Again, disappointed when you said, you know, reduced numbers, and now you're going to be without him for Portsmouth as well. It just adds to that, I guess.
Yeah, certainly does. Imagine the others that you don't know about as well.
Can I ask?
You can ask.
You're not going to tell me?
Correct.
Christian Sadie, though, how is he?
Like as you said, you're not going to know.
Well, looking forward, obviously it's Portsmouth next, a former club. Just tell me a little bit about that game going forward.
Well, we're trying to prepare as best we can going into that, and if we can show the same fight that we had in us, because no matter what, you've got to fight in all of these games against a really good team. They'll have a good following, like they always do at Pompey. Very, very good club, great fan base. So yeah, it'll be a tough game.
With 6 games left to go, where are your kind of aims? Do you have a set aim that you're going for?
Trying to get through tomorrow's game. Trying to get through Saturday's game, I should say, not tomorrow.
Perfect, thank you.